What cheer, y'all? Well, we've had a request from one of our loyal subscribers, Andrew Carpenter, who you see in the comments quite often after my posts, to cover the Oklahoma Derby. So we're going to take a shot at it. It's a grade 3, 10th race on the card, running a mile and an eighth for the 3-year-olds. And this is on Sunday at Remington Park, not Saturday. So please note that it's on September 28th. And looking at this field, we see some familiar faces. Bracket Buster, fresh off the Travers, Cole Battle, Publisher, the Career Maiden, to name a couple. And it's a pretty good field. I think it's a good betting race. We'll go through them one at a time. Bracket Buster ran a monster in the Travers, and it's certainly no sin to lose by open lengths uh, to Sovereignty. I thought Bracket Buster was the key to the race, and he was. He put away magnitude, wouldn't let him get an easy lead, and he for a little bit there he looked like he might pull the upset. He ran a monster race, and that's just it. Coming back into this, it is certainly class relief from tackling Sovereignty, but I just have a feeling that he's in for a regression after what was a really Herculean effort at a mile and a quarter. And so, given that, I have to let go in this race. Now, I do want to make a note. You do see the work tab, and it looks pretty sharp. But that'll happen for horses after a big race. They'll continue on and really be keyed up, and really be sharp. But that's the problem, is that they're going to get into the next race. They're going to be really sharp early, and they usually don't have it late. And that's what I'm banking on. So at 4-1, I think it's a square price for Bracket Buster, but I just feel he's in for a regression, so I'm going to let him go, try to beat him. Mr. Omaha is a nice local horse. I just don't think he's quite good enough amongst this group, so I'll pass on him. Iron Dome is my pick to win this race, and really more than anything, it's that Steve Asmussen has got Jose Ortiz. He comes into Oklahoma just for this race, I'm guessing, and that's a pretty good indication to me. This one is won by open lengths for 3 or 4 starts, and that to me is normally I don't like taking horses who had it quite so easy when they step up in class, but this one's been doing it for 3 or 4 races, and I think there's more in the tank. This is a logical place to test to see what this horse is made of, and I think he's capable of moving forward. I don't know that you can say that about any of the other 3-year-olds in this race. And so I'm going to take Iron Dome. I think 9-2 is a fair price, and hopefully we can keep it around there. He should be sitting just off Bracket Buster, and when he wilts, Iron Dome can take over, and I think he's the one to win. Take Charge Tom is coming back from Canada and running it at Cinnaboya Downs for those of us who played with Trust the Profits on Monday and Tuesday nights when we can. It's kind of fun to see one of the horses who has run there now move into stakes company in the States. Take Charge Tom, I like the fact that he can carry his game from one track to another. Certainly, this is a step up in class from the Canadian Derby at Century Mile. I think it's fair to say that. But I think this is a good, solid competitor. I think we know what he is at this point. I don't think you see him taking a move forward. But at 8-1, I think he offers a solid price, and I think he's a good competitor. So I think he's worth using within the mix. Colonel York, I don't, even though he's got Stuart Elliott aboard, who is Mr. Remington Park, he's their leading jockey. I don't see it. I just don't think he's good enough. So he's a fairly easy toss. Let's talk about Cole Battle. This was a nice story earlier in the year for Lonnie Briley, and this horse surprised quite a bit. The Rebel Stakes in particular, it really surprised me. And then the Arkansas Derby, don't think he was tuned up all the way. And the Kentucky Derby, I didn't think he ran bad at all. I thought he ran a fairly solid race. He just wasn't good enough. And now coming off the Derby, I think he's the Indiana Derby. Was a little disturbing or a little upsetting to me, is that he had every chance to win the race and he didn't win it. That's kind of, when you see that, that kind of tells you that maybe he's plateaued and he's about as good as he's going to get. Now, he's still a nice horse. And amongst the 3-year-olds, he's one of the better second tier 3-year-olds. I think that's fair to say. What bothers me, and I think he's a competitor in this race, I should say, but the reason I'm going to try to beat him is I don't like the work tab. He's got 3 works since July 5th. Now, that tells me that this is a tune-up race and that they're planning for another race in the future, whether it be another stakes race towards the end of the year, or maybe even the Breeders' Cup Mile. I don't know, but the Dirt Mile rather. But it just looks to me like they're planning for something else. I think they'd put a little more bottom into this horse before he runs here. Can he win this race? Yes, he can. He's a competitor. He's a good fighter. So maybe the competitive juices will take over, and even though he's not in the best of shape, he can still win this. It's very possible. He's my second choice. But I'm going to try to beat him with Iron Dome for the reasons stated. Hot Gunner just isn't good enough. He wasn't in the Rebel Stakes, and he hasn't improved any, so he's an easy toss, easiest of the group. So let's talk about Publisher. Okay, career maiden, and it still hasn't happened, and I wonder if it'll ever happen, and I'm going to tell you why. Yes, he had the good second in the Arkansas Derby, pace assisted, and all of that. And he got into the Kentucky Derby, and I had some glimmers of hope that he was going to progress and run better. I didn't think he was a win candidate, but I thought he would run better, and he kind of ran okay. Kind of ran like Tistastic, who was next door to him, the stablemate. You know, they kind of ran okay around the track. Nothing special. Problem is, since the Derby, what can you say? He's still the same, like, just doesn't know how to win horse. The Indiana Derby, I believe it was his last race. He had every chance to win that race. He was poised, ready, rated kindly, made his move, and he just flattened right out, and he was passed in the stretch when he had every chance to win that race. You cannot like a horse after that type of effort, and now you're running in a race where it's a pretty similar field. I think Tip Top Thomas would win this race easily, but it really left a bad taste in my mouth. And at 7-2, I don't like that price at all. This horse doesn't know how to win. The fact that Asmussen has his son on him, no disrespect meant to his son, but he's not Jose Ortiz. I think that gives you a pretty good indication. They're just sort of like, what else can we do with him? Let's throw him in a stakes race, and hey, maybe it'll finally happen. I don't see it. I just don't think this horse knows how to win. So, will we use him? Yes, but not to win. I can't see it. I just don't like what I saw after the Indiana Derby. So let's look at our wagering strategy. We're going to go with Iron Dome to win, and we're going to go with Coal Battle as our second choice. So we'll go 2-8, 8-2 in the exactas. And then we'll do a key box with 8 on top, with 2 and Take Charge Tom, 6. I can't use Publisher for second and something like that because he's no threat to win whatsoever, I don't think. So anyway, you want to throw him in, go ahead. But I'm just going to use those 3. Trifecta, we're going to go 2-8, 2-8 with 5-6. 2-8 with 5-6 with 2-8. If we get second with Publisher, it'll be in the, we'll have it in the try. But it's a saver to me. We're going to take a stab at the Superfecta. I don't normally play them, but I think this is a race that probably can take a shot, mainly because if we can get Bracket Buster out of the mix, then we've got some value all the way across. So we'll go 2-8, 2-8 is our top 2 choices. And then we'll go 2-5-6-8, 2-5-6-8, 2-5-6-8. I believe that's a $12 ticket on a $1 base. And take our stab and hope for the best. And if we get it, it should pay pretty decently. Hope our analysis helps you with your own wagering strategy, and I wish you the best of luck as always. And certainly if you do like content like this, please like and subscribe. And thanks again to all of you who continue to grow our community. And the fact that Andrew requested this lets me also say to the rest of you, if you have something you would like us to take a look at, I'll be more than happy to, time permitting. We've got Santa Anita coming up. We're going to try to do a pick 5 sequence, but if not, we will have the full card selections available, whether it be on a YouTube post or on X. for your perusal, so be on the lookout for that. We have individual posts out for the two Churchill Downs Stakes races, the ACAC and the Lucas Classic, as well as the Pick 5 sequence for Aqueduct that includes the Woodward as well as the Joe Hirsch Turf Classic. So go on over and take a look at those as well if you like. Plenty of racing going on this weekend, and we'll try to cover it as much of all of it as we can. That's it from here. I'll talk to you soon, and until then, be well.